Okay, you guys, we've got cheese. No, we've got cheese, we've got wine. Let's put them together and see what magic we can create with a wine and cheese pairing. So let me just go over here and refresh my browser and get into the live video and mute myself here. I would love to know where you're tuning in from. Hello, Carla Ann. Where are you logging in from, Carla Ann? I'm seeing some new faces tonight. Donna Mae Wasson, Ellen McDonald, hello. Hey guys, so I am assuming you all are very interested in wine and cheese. Ah, Michigan, Carla. Excellent. So Carla, what is your favorite wine and cheese pairing? Adam Williams is here from Adam and Jen are here from London, Ontario. And Kathy Braid is here from, now, Pefferlaw. Where is Pefferlaw? I should probably know where Pefferlaw is, Kathy. I don't. So please do inform me. So I'm assuming you can hear me because you answered my question, Carla. Francis Brown is here from Jensen Beach in Florida. Love it. Okay, guys. So while we're sort of floating in here into the virtual wine bar, let me know your favorite wine and cheese pairing, or barring that, your favorite wine or your favorite cheese, even if you don't know if they go together, right? That's what we're going to do together. Carla says she loves a sweet wine with a nice brie. Lois Gilbert is here from Toronto. I know Lois is a very big fan of food and wine pairing. Dawn Bookshire is here. Excellent, Dawn. I know you're one of my course students. Jeff Davenport is logging in from Vancouver. So who's got, Kathy Braid is in the southeast side of Lake Simcoe. Interesting. What an interesting town name, Kathy. So who's got a favorite wine and cheese pairing? I'm just going to warm up a little bit as we wait for people to join us. But you early birds, I really appreciate you being right on the hop here, if you will. I'm drinking a lovely floral Nova Scotian wine tonight called Fauna from Lightfoot and Wolfville. Beautiful. So Francis loves a Saint Agur and a late bottled vintage port. That sounds good. Describe the Saint Agur cheese to us, Francis. Elaine Bruce has joined us from Calgary. Awesome. That's great. I love this. I love an impromptu little live session here. Brent is one of the top contributors of wine reviews to our website and our community. He's out in Vancouver. Hello, Brent. Have you got a favorite wine and cheese pairing? We're just sort of gathering that for now while we wait for people to come in. Beverly is here from Southern California. Hello, Bev. You're a loyal, regular, tune-in part of our community on our Sunday Sipper Club. Of course, this is off that beaten track, being on a Thursday, but I'm so glad you're here. Andy Palmer has joined us. Where are you coming in from, Andy? Douglas Schurer. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Douglas? I'm probably not. I'm sorry. From St. Louis, Missouri. Brent likes Carl's Roquefort and Sauterne, classic blue cheese and sweet dessert wine from Bordeaux. Beautiful classic combination. Dawn's here from Ohio, and Dawn is one of my course members, and she's very, very keen and a good student, a very good student. Is working her way through the modules. Darren Vary is here. He's also a student. Excellent, Darren. You're in Northern Ontario, I know. Have you got a favorite wine and cheese pairing? Let's get them out there. Let's figure out what our favorite pairings are. Oh, good. Douglas, I didn't massacre your last name. Excellent. Miguel Borja is here from Portugal. Miguel, it must be late for you. It must be past midnight, actually. You are a trooper, Miguel. Catherine Gow is here from Ottawa. Excellent. My hometown. Carla is reaffirming Brent in his love of Sauterne and blue cheese. Melanie Lloyd from Ottawa loves a smoky Balderson cheese with an oaked Chardonnay. Lovely pairing. I love how smoke can go with oak in wine, smoke in cheese and oak in wine, because they're both sort of smoky characters. So, wow, you guys are coming in nice and regularly. Holy smokes, this is going to be fun. So, to kick this off, of course, I called this sort of impromptu meeting, not a town hall meeting, a wine bar meeting, a virtual wine bar meeting, to see what you guys think of a wine and cheese course that we would do via live video like this, but not on Facebook, and where you actually can interact with me and talk. And you don't have to if you're camera shy or voice shy, but I want to just explore that because it's something that I keep getting asked about. So you know that I have my quick start to Get Wine Smart, which is sort of covers the waterfront of how to taste wine, general food pairings, but this would be the deep dive into cheese and wine, just cheese and wine pairing. But I've always been fascinated with cheese. I've read tons about cheese. I've done tons of pairings, led real physical life classes in cheese and wine pairing. But I want to go even further and explore what's out there. And I find the stories behind different types of cheeses can be so fascinating, like the stories behind a certain bottle of wine. And I think there's a natural affinity between wine and cheese. If you like one, you're bound to like the other. Of course, unless you're lactose intolerant or something, but God bless you if you are. But if not, I think there's just so many affinities, so many myths that are out there about pairing wine and cheese. We can talk about some of those tonight. But also so many guidelines that I think can help us really elevate the experience of the taste, the presentation, the storage, everything else. So many aspects about food and wine pairing. So I would love to know what you guys would love to see in a course like this. So I've listed just a giant laundry list of things that could be included. I'm thinking a 5-week course. But all the modules on live video would be recorded, so you could always access them forever, lifetime access at your leisure. So, I know life gets busy, but we'd kick it off with maybe 1 or 2 sessions before Christmas, Hanukkah, to get ready for the holiday entertaining period before we're in the thick of it, and then carry on with 3-4 sessions after in the new year. So what do you think? I'm going to refresh my browser because I think my comments are a little stuck here. Lois. Spot prawns, and my new favorite white is Sea Star Salish Sea from Pender Island. Oh, wow, that sounds beautiful. What a great combination, Lois. I know you're so into food and wine pairing. And Lois, do you have a favorite cheese and wine pairing? I'd love to hear about that as well. Carl Peters has joined us from Penticton, BC, Okanagan wine country. A great pairing is a rich blue and the depth of a full-bodied Shiraz or Syrah. I'm with you there, Carl. Superb. Any particular Shiraz or Syrah that come to mind for you that you love? All right. So Counselor Pattison is likes the idea of 5 weeks, not too short, not too long. And see, what I would do is we'd have these 5 core sessions, and then I can put bonus material if you want it inside your course area, which would be password protected and all that, and only you can access it. So it's really how little or how much you want from the course. But the core of it would be these 5 sessions that really take you through the pairing concepts, presenting nice seasonal, swoon-worthy, somebody used swoon-worthy plate. I hope she's online tonight. I want to give her credit. Colors, even the color of the plate can make the cheese pop. And I think Brent told me that. So I want to give credit where credit's due. I had so much positive feedback from this idea just on email alone. That's why I wanted to jump on here on Facebook and just take it a step further so we can all sort of interact and react off of each other's comments. Jason Davies is here from London, UK. He's a trooper. It's past midnight, I think, there. Jason, you're such a good man to be joining us. Catherine Fleming says hello. Catherine, where are you logging in from? And what is your favorite wine and cheese pairing? I would love to know. So guys, so back to that laundry list, which I've posted as a comment in the comments. So take a look at that. You're liking these ideas, Catherine. Excellent. So what of the things that could be in a course would you most value, say from the list that I've provided? And what's not very interesting to you? Because obviously the list of ideas could probably be a 20-week course. So I want to make sure I focus on what exactly is important to you, because you've showed up, you've showed the interest here, and I want to honor that by trying to focus the content on what's relevant to you. Raoul Moma has joined. Wendy Crispel has joined. Excellent, guys. Steve Frank is having a Saint Andre with Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc. So describe the Saint Andre. I love the names of cheeses. I'm intrigued. The backstories. Hey, Deb, you're here. You're out there in Vancouver. How are you, my dear? Deb is my right-hand woman when it comes to all the, oh my gosh, so much with what goes on with the wine reviews and so on the site. I couldn't begin to describe everything that she does. Ron Bach is here. Excellent. And a thumbs up from Raoul as well. Okay, guys, tell me about your favorite wine and cheese pairings, please. Deb, I know you've done wine and cheese pairings where you work, so tell us about some of your favorites. What's really worked? And again, just going back to the list of ideas. Catherine is in Brossard. All right. Terroir et Saveur de Québec. Excellent. So let me just sort of run through the list, and you can, if this sparks a comment for you, you know, an idea, comment on it. Don't be shy. Even if you are watching this conversation now or on the replay, because this will be available on the replay. Thank you so much for all those little hearts and thumbs up. Little dopamine hits here. Just say hi. Just hello. It's okay if you don't have a particular comment to make. I would love to know where you're logging in from, but just say hi. I love how connected this makes us. So, I mean, I think one of the core things of, oh, now it's really, you guys are great. All the little thumbs. Okay. I think one of the core things in a wine and cheese pairing course are the fundamentals. Not always the sexiest thing, but I think the thing that has to sort of be at the base of the course. But I almost want to kick it off, if we're going to do this in really early December before things get busy, with some immediate action steps, if you will, that you can take. Here's a beautiful seasonal, here's 3 beautiful seasonally curated plates with a holiday theme. And then as we go through these things, you know, you've got what you can implement right away, but we'll be weaving in the sort of principles of why do these wines go with these cheeses? And you'll get the backstories of the different cheeses that you can, you know, conversational starters, right? When you're entertaining, whether it's with friends or for business. That also brings to mind, would you see a course like this mostly for personal pleasure? Or might you also use cheese and wine parties or entertaining for business purposes? There are quite a few real estate agents who got back to me saying they either host open houses or they have client appreciation nights, and they would love to have sort of a wine and cheese pairing and know what they're doing. So I thought that was really intriguing. And then we've got some other folks who do fundraisers and are really tired of bake sales. Thought they could up the ante with doing wine and cheese pairings. So what do you think of all that? My browser, let me pull it down here. Hello, Deb. Counselor Pattison says, I'd like the basics. How do I know what matches with what? Excellent. Absolutely. And Counselor Pattison, where are you logging in from? Rochelle has joined. Hello, Rochelle, in Ottawa. Steve Frank says creamy, he's describing the cheese he has. It's creamy, sharp, yet smooth with long cream and butter finish that coats the mouth. Oh, that sounds so good. And the Oyster Bay Sauvignon Blanc that you've got with that cheese, Steve, it must be working wonders. Because Sauvignon Blanc has the nice acidity to cut right through the fat of the cheese. And that's one of the core principles we'd be examining, discovering, tasting, more importantly, in the course. So I've heard myths on both sides, like cheese doesn't work with any wine because it coats the mouth. It's going to wreck every wine. And then I've heard, well, you know, just about any wine goes with just about any cheese. So we're going to get to the bottom of that. I don't want to give away the whole plot here, but I've heard both sides of the spectrum. Al Mahib, he likes, Al, where are you logging in from? He likes goat cheese Monchiago paired with a cava, a sparkling wine from Spain, a brut, a dry one. Excellent. Adam Williams says he's most interested in the fundamentals of wine and cheese pairings. Good. In addition to classic and favorite pairings. Because, you know, some of us have heard of classic pairings like British-born cheddar cheese, and Stilton. And port. Or blue cheese, Stilton, and port. So both of those pairings, the cheddar, which is British, and the Stilton, blue cheese, are often classically paired with port, which is the fortified dessert wine from Portugal. So I think, when it comes to this, we've got some wine wonks on here tonight, and we've got wine novices. And I think that doesn't matter for a course like this, because I think if you know a lot about wine, you haven't necessarily dug into cheese in depth. And I think there was a lot of that sort of expressed to me on email that, yeah, I'd love to do that. I'm a sommelier, but I really haven't taken the deep dive with wine and cheese. And then on the flip side, I think that even if you are new to wine, but you love food and wine, this is not going to be like a technical super uber, you better have a sommelier certificate to participate. So that's why I love this idea. It's kind of democratic. I think it can bring together those who are wine wonks and those who are not, but we all share a common love of wine and cheese. Are you with me? All right. So Adam's saying he wants the fundamentals. I want to have the knowledge to figure out ideal pairings based on a category of cheese. I got you covered. That's definitely, that has to be at the core of this course, Adam. Wendy says, I love a super aged Romano with Merlot and a sparkling wine with a triple cream. Oh, what a great combination, because the bubbles, the effervescence, the natural acidity of a sparkling wine, whew, like a silver knife cutting through the fat of that triple cream cheese. I teach wine and cheese pairings classes monthly. Wendy, we need to talk. All right. Definitely, we need to talk. Catherine Gow says, yes, Christmas is coming. Excellent timing. Wine and cheese staff party. Hey, staff parties. Yes. Let's get out of our rut and do something really interesting and artisanal as opposed to mindless hors d'oeuvres or whatever, or just, any old cheese on any old plate. Why not make it something interesting for staff this year, where they're learning a bit and it's part of the journey and the bonding that happens because there's a bit more effort and backstory put into the staff party. Good point, Catherine. Dawn says, I'd like to learn hosting a wine and cheese party and designing a cheese plate. I haven't really explored a lot of cheeses beyond the basics. And that's where most people are, Dawn. It really is. Catherine Fleming says, her family is from Europe. Oh, her family from Europe is coming for Christmas, so would really find this helpful. I love these little stories. I love that. Carla says, I want to use these for upcoming holidays and the right cheeses. Yes. And we could do something on, assembling a beautiful gift basket with cheese and wine. Not sure if that's of interest. Again, just throwing the ideas out there. Linda White Alexandra has joined us. Hello, Linda. What's your favorite wine and cheese pairing? Raoul loves Tellagio cheese. Now, what would you pair with that, Raoul? Councillor Pattison, Grandview Stairs in Edmonton. All right. That's where you're logging in from. Terrific. Lois, what would you do one wine with a selection of cheeses? That's a good way to go. Absolutely. I like that approach, Lois. Let's say we have Sauvignon Blanc, and that's the wine we're pouring. What array of cheeses will all go with Sauvignon Blanc? Or conversely, let's take a Cabernet. What array of different cheeses? So we could keep the wine the same. And then could we do the reverse? Probably less likely, but if we had a huge hunk of blue cheese, what are all the different wines we could serve with it? So we can reverse engineer that idea. Lois, that's great. Adam, yes, Tellagio, says Adam. Raoul would pair his Tellagio with a Barbaresco, an Italian red. Nice acidity, northern Italy, excellent. Jason Davies says, Natalie, whenever I go to Champagne, most of the producers always refer to an age comte to be the perfect accompaniment to sparkling wine. Me, I like a poulet fumé. So he's talking about a Sauvignon Blanc with cheese. Poulet fumé is usually from the Loire Valley in France. So describe Comté cheese to us, Jason. All right. Al, salut to you too. Oh, you're in Mexico. Excellent. Don't you love this? Look, we're all from around the world here, and we're all here tonight. Jason says, I have a friend that tries to pair raclette with cheese. Raclette, yes, and finds that too difficult. Well, let's deal with that. Let's have a cheese intervention, shall we? And let's see if we can find a wine for your friend with raclette. Catherine says, we moved to Sauvignon Blanc and Oka. Loving these tips. Yes. Oka cheese is so beautiful. Quebec cheese, beautiful, beautiful cheese. Elaine, wine and cheese? Yes, of course, fondue. I would also love to tackle cheese dishes. So cheese pizza, fondue, cheeseburgers. I do think a lot of the same principles are going to apply as when we just would do one wine and one cheese. But why not? Let's throw it out there. What happens when we have multiple ingredients in a dish? Because a cheese pizza is not just cheese. All right, so let's do that. Oh, Steve Frank says cashews with port. I love it. And the saltiness. Steve, which kind of port? Would you go with a vintage port or a tawny port, or what would you put with those cashews? Andrea Shapiro is here from Ottawa. Hello, Andrea. Andrea is so vital to our community. Larry Dunn, hello from Cape Breton. Well, Larry, hello to you. My grandparents were from Badek. That's where my mom was born. My dad was from Mabou. I spent my summers in Cape Breton in Badek looking over at Ben Brie, where Alexander Graham Bell was his home. Summer home was there. Paul Hollander has joined, and I hope Patty is with you, Paul, from Virginia. Let us know what your favorite wine and cheese pairing is. Brent says, I think you could get bogged down on any kind of theory of wine and cheese pairings, given that there are thousands of kinds of cheeses. You're right, Brent. Goat, sheep, cow, various rinds, and so many styles, but you could certainly give lots of good pairing suggestions and probably keep it to cheeses that are readily available. Excellent point, Brent. And so in another post on this live, I've posted a link where I have on my website a list of retailers across Canada. I want to do one for the US and other countries, if you're interested, on where you can buy great cheese by province, by state, etc. And I'm starting to compile a list of those who either ship directly to your home to make this easy. So they either ship within the province, within the state, or they ship right across Canada. There's a number of really good ones, so please chime in here. Let me know if I'm missing any on the list that I've provided so far, because I'd really love to develop a master list to make it really easy for everyone to find really terrific cheeses, and that'll be a resource that you can have forever. I think it'd be most helpful for a lot of people to focus on presentation, how to do a wine and cheese party, cheese tools, plates, utensils, how to cut various cheeses, serving temperatures, the backstory on the cheeses, and where to find specialty cheese shops in your area. Absolutely, Brent. You're zeroing in on, I think, what will be most fun, most interesting, least tedious, and least overwhelming, because I don't want to, overwhelm everybody. The world of cheese is as big as the world of wine. But we want to be practical for the holiday season and then carry it into the new year and say, how can we make this lots of fun, enjoyable, and feel smarter about wine and cheese pairing? Okay, I hope I'm not breaking up. Let me know, Francis, if it's me or the internet connection or whatever, but let me know. Rochelle is saying hello to a fellow caper, to Larry. Deb says, Alex de Portneuf Pacific Rock seems to go with a lot. So that cheese goes with a lot. Oka Classique cheese is another that goes along with some of the more full-bodied red wines, she says. The wine season in which we are in, nice and savory. I had a fantastic Tellagio, the Italian wine presentation in Vancouver. Awesome, Deb. It went with just about everything, and I was quite surprised how well it fit in with some of the crisper whites. So in Vancouver, a number of you have suggested to me Les Amis, the cheese shop, Les Amis de Fromage, I think it's called. And I've been in touch with Alison Spurl. And so she's got some great suggestions. I don't think she's here tonight, but she will be. Here in Ottawa, I've been in touch with Susan Jacobson of Jacobson's Cheeses. So I'm starting to put feelers out to these super cheese boutiques who not only have a huge selection of cheeses and accessories, but they know their stuff, their pairing tips and so on. I'm going to involve them in this as well so that we are well supported, not only on where to buy cheese and accessories. Don't you love buying a new little cheese plate? But also, you know, what they recommend for seasonality. That's what Alison was saying. So different cheeses come at different times of the year because they either ripen or that's when they're on the market for a limited amount of time. So we want to know that too. What cheeses now and in the new year should we be trying that might not be available at other times or now they're at their peak? Marie-Pierre Bellil, hello. Hi. Yes, yes, please, cheese. Hello, my dear. I'm so glad you're here. Darren says, I have a former coworker from Mabou. Excellent. I have so many relatives there, Darren. Wow. Bill Wright says port with dates soaked with port, covered with Stilton cheese, hot from the oven. Bill, you're talking my language. Wow, that sounds absolutely divine. And, you know, I think, you know, dates, and speaking of dates, it reminds me of fruitcake. I think there could be a way we could come to love fruitcake at Christmas. If we had enough port, I'm sure it would work. Gwen Barton is here from Ottawa. Hello, Gwen. Jim Clark just says, yes, yes, yes. That's good for me. Deborah's saying, excellent idea to something. I've lost track. Kathy Braid, best places to buy cheese. Since I'm in a rural area, where can I buy online? Are there monthly cheese taster boxes available? I've already found 2 national cheese retailers that ship across the country, but I'll bet, Kathy, even you're in Ontario, there are cheese retailers who will also ship within the province. So that's what I'm ferreting out now. Who ships nationally? Who ships provincially or statewide? And we're going to compile the master list. All right. Marie Pierre says, how would you pair a creamy, high-fat melted brie with a full-bodied red? My guests seem to devour this combo. Oh, yeah. So melted brie, of course, is oozing, just mouth-coating, lots of cream. You know, if you're going to have a full-bodied red, make sure it has good acidity, right? So an Italian full-bodied red, again, you need that acidity to cut through creamy cheeses, Marie-Pierre. Bev says, I love Baby Bell cheese with white wines to pair with it. I've tried Chardonnay. Aren't they cute, the little Baby Bells, Bev? I love that, especially if you're on the road or whatever. Donna Wasson, sorry you joined late. No worries. Donna, the weirdest thing, I was trying to hit reply to you earlier because you were asking how to connect, and it wouldn't let me. I think because this was a scheduled event, so I wasn't able to hit reply. But Donna, and for anybody else who's joined us into this conversation, great chat. I just want to let you know that you can watch the replay. So you can go back after we're done. You can watch the replay from the beginning. And read all the comments from everybody. All right, Donna, what's your favorite wine and cheese pairing? Lise is here from Northern Ontario. Hello, my dear Lise. And Lise says, hello, cheese lovers. Catherine Gow, international cheese on the market, black truffle cheese. Ugh, that is my favorite. I get it from Jacobson's, and it's this like triple cream cheese with black truffles, the fungi kind, not the chocolate kind, running through the center. And it is, I gotta say, orgasmic. Am I allowed to say that? It is. It's so good. Oh my gosh. And I almost don't want to put any wine with it because I just want to eat the whole cheese that I've purchased. But if I were to put a nice, I would do a sauterne, a dessert wine with that. Okay. Catherine says she tried the black truffle cheese with Cabernet Sauvignon, but should have gone with Pinot. Now there's a good combination as well, because Pinot, we know, has those wild truffle flavors. So we'll talk about that. the flavor nuances in wine kind of coming in and matching with those flavor nuances in the cheese. Fred Clift loves Parmesan and Chianti. Excellent. I love that. Classic. Classic. Italian regional match, Fred. Really good. Rochelle says, yes, seasonality. What to serve at this time of the year? What cheese is best for a particular occasion when entertaining? We will certainly cover that, Rochelle. Lee Cheray says, Oka Mini in mint. In mint? I'm addicted. All right, Oka Minis. Donna wants to know what to pair with an aged Gouda. Gouda's still relatively mild, so probably I think you would have a pretty wide range there, but still I would go with a zesty white. But I want to know what other people's opinions. I'm thinking Sauvignon Blanc, but who knows? What would you pair with a Gouda, folks? Deb says, melted brie with sautéed portobello mushrooms and thyme is great with an earthy Pinot Noir. Wowzers. Another might be a full-bodied Cab Franc with melted brie and a berry dish. Deb, oh, that's so good. Now we're just going to go into all this food and wine porn here. Lois Gilbert says, truffle pecorino is fantastic with Malbec, big brooding red, usually from Argentina. Great combo, Lois. Lee says, my favorite is Grey Owl cheese because it's a zingy soft cheese with an ash. Yes. What does ash mean? We need to get into that. The rinds, the ashes, if they're brined, if they're washed. It's a Quebec cheese, and I love it with Torrontés. So that floral white wine from Argentina. Beautiful pairing. Inspired pairing, Lees. Really, truly. Rochelle says Jacobson's is great in Ottawa and the Beechwood area for folks in the area needing cheese tips when buying. Yes, indeed. Gwen says tips on how to arrange cheese with a charcuterie tray. Absolutely. We want to be able to do both or combine them for entertaining. Wow. Okay. You guys are coming in fast and furious. Kathy Braid says pasteurized versus unpasteurized. Yes, let's talk about the differences between those two type of cheeses. I'm going to come back to this video after it's done and make notes, copy all your notes, make sure I get all the questions, and including, if you think of something after this video ends, please pop it into the comments, because this will be a good little digest here, summarizing what you want, and including, if you're watching the replay. All right. Laura Mazzona says she loves Reggiano and Prosecco. Again, a nice regional match. Italian cheese, Italian sparkling wine. Terrific. Darren says aged Gouda has a lot of similar flavors to Parmesan. If it pairs with Parmesan, it might be a good choice for old Gouda. Good one, Darren. Good one. Lee says smoked Gouda with Malbec and add a bit of chorizo on the plate. See, I love that. See, we're not just talking now about wine and cheese, but adding some bridging ingredients. I call them bridging ingredients. So like when I have a salad, if I've got bacon bits in there, the range of possibilities for wine just really opens up. So that little chorizo, brilliance. Uh-huh. All right. So Richard Joseph. Hello, Richard Joseph. Where are you logging in from? Mimolette and an acidic, full-bodied red wine is terrific. Describe Mimolette for us, Richard. I'm intrigued. Wendy Crispel. Aged Gouda can be almost caramelized in flavor. Also can have a super crunchy texture. I know, don't you love when cheese is crunchy? It's like the little salty bits of the cheese. Romano is one of those styles, bigger reds or full-bodied whites. Great. Lise just says, yum, to Laura. All right, so what else? Are there any parts of the long laundry list I've posted in one of the comments that are not of interest? Anything we should eliminate, or you're kind of open to it all? I'm just trying to think how to focus this, but anyway. So what I'm thinking about this, Darren says, Mimolette is a cheese of the gods, okay? Doesn't quite narrow it down, but tells me it's good. So what I'm thinking about this is it's a beta or a test group. If you're not in high tech, maybe you haven't heard of the term beta, but it's a test group that goes through the course with me and gives me lots of suggestions. You get to participate at a special rate. The and I haven't determined all this, so just to head off your questions, I don't know what the price will be. But for the test group or the beta group, it's the least expensive. It's what I did with my Get Wine Smart course. The folks who went through on beta got the best deal. So there'll be a limited time. Again, if I'm getting the sense you guys want this, so I think I'm going to do it, I think. So there'll be a limited time to sign up, like maybe 1 week max or something like that, near the mid to late November, something like that. And then we do 1 or 2 sessions in very early December. So that's what a beta test group does. And then after we go through this together, I improve the course, I make it even better, and you get access to the next new and improved course for free. So just so you know how a beta test group works. So with all the checklists and workbooks and pairing templates and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so let me know what other questions you might have or suggestions. Also, I would love to know in the comments, who are the best cheese retailers in your city? Let's compile the master list. Just tell me who they are. If you have a link, even better, but that's okay if you don't. I would love to know. Oh, which cheeses go with a glass of sherry? Fred Cliff wants to know that. Absolutely. So we can take a style of wine and say, here are all the cheeses that really work with this style of wine. Sherry has a wide range of cheeses, Fred. It's fortified and it's sweeter, unless it's a dry sherry. So that just, it enables it to go with more flavors, more deeply flavored cheeses and so on. Lee says Illuminati cheese that has fake stuff in it, like example, blue cheese with pear flavor. Let's keep it to pure cheese. Oh, so what you don't want. Okay. Oh, eliminate. I thought you said well, you did say illuminate. Highlight, illuminate. No, eliminate cheese that has fake stuff in it, like blue cheese with pear flavor. Absolutely. Let's keep it to pure cheeses. I agree, Lise. As long as we can still have my truffle brie cheese, we have to have that. Okay, so Jeff Davenport says, sorry, the comments are flipping by me here. Benson Brothers in Vancouver. Awesome. I want to know these cheese retailers. I meant don't do that. Okay, Douglas Shore is saying wine and cheese place and wine merchant in St. Louis. Are you naming one, Douglas, or are you asking for referrals to what are good wine cheese retailers in St. Louis? We will find them. I would love your suggestions if you know of any, but if not, we will find them. Richard Joseph says, Mimolette is a firm French cheese. It's buttery and nutty and reminds me of a really good cheddar. Is Mimolette the one that has the little bugs crawling around it? I remember I was doing a course and there was a bizarre cheese that had little mites that were active and they were part of the flavor of the cheese. Sounds really gross, but it's not. Francis Brown says Alex Farm Products in Toronto. Terrific. Dawn Wasson says for Vancouver, my go-to place is Mes Amis de Fromage. 2 locations, yes. And I've been in touch with them, Donna. I'm going to make sure we're working with them. Lois says the Cheese Boutique in Toronto. Heard good things. Lee says truffle cheese is pure. It's pure bliss with Cab Franc. Yeah. Douglas says I named 2, not original names. Okay. Lee says, I think Mimolette is orange with a firm crust, possibly. Yes, I think it's really this bright, almost neon orange, Lee's. All right, so what else? This is flying by. We've already been here 40 minutes. I don't want to hold you up too long, guys, because I know you have things to do and cheeses to eat. But I'm going to take a sip of my wine. I'm getting dry talking so much. All right, I need some cheese. Okay, Deb says, the Cheese Man in North Vancouver and Kioffi's Cheese and Deli in Vancouver. Patricia Carrier has joined. Hello, Patricia. How are you? Patricia, are you still in real estate? Because we were talking about that earlier when it comes to wine and cheese. I'm just curious. And for any lurkers, feel free to just say hello. I'd love to know if you're here. Douglas says Mimolette was put on hold by the FDA due to allergies and the mites. So there is mites. I was right. There are little orangey mites or something. We can get it here in Canada. I know Jacobson has sold it before. It's absolutely bizarre, and I'd love to do it just for the story. Yes, Lenore. Hello, Lenore. Fifth Town Cheese in Prince Edward County. They are famous for cheese. And you know, a number of wineries are starting to make their own cheeses as well. There's somebody up in Prince Edward County that makes cheese. It's not coming to me. Somebody emailed me about this. But there are also wineries across Canada, the US, and of course Europe. They don't just make wine, they also make cheese. In fact, on the Sunday Sipper Club, last Sunday, we had Charles back from South Africa, and he makes the Goats de Rome wines, and he makes goat all kinds of cheeses, not just goat cheese. So you would think there'd be a natural affinity there. What about interviews or having experts on with us on the video? I do consider myself an expert, but what if I bring in fromagier or cheese makers? Is that of interest? Or is that just an extra? Because some of this can be part not of the core course, but can be little bonus extras that you'll find in your course area, where I'll be posting all of videos and everything else, materials for lifetime access. Let's see. Gwen says, Zengari makes a lovely vegan cheese. No, really? I wonder how they do that. A vegan cheese. Where's Zengari from, Gwen? Lee says, most of the time, the Italian delis can have some nice selections. We have a few here, and luckily we just got a few fresh curd place. It's called Nickel City Cheese. Excellent. Pairing from heaven warm curds for 10 minutes and pour maple syrup on them. Chase it down with some bourbon. You are a Daisy Duke, aren't you, Lise? Lois would love that. Awesome. Okay. Oh my gosh, so many good ideas. Should we do this again? Should we have another little session like this maybe in 2 weeks' time? I'll have to check my calendar. You check your calendar. Again, keep commenting. This is brilliant. The cheese never has to stand alone, does it? But I'm going to go back and review all this, compile it, and come back to you with an even better sort of refined idea, concept for this test group that would do this with me, this course. And so keep sending me, either email me or post here, whatever, just to let you know the course itself would not be held on Facebook. So I'd be using a simple to use free video tool where we can have some interaction, or not. I know lots of folks are shy, don't want to, be on camera or even speak. Just let me watch and let me take in the content. So that would be something different. If you're familiar with Zoom, the video program Zoom, it would be that. But it's private, password protected, and everything else. So I am not thinking of much more. I mean, there was more in that laundry list, but just let me know, guys. What do you like? What do you not like? And any other suggestions for, I'd also like your ideas for what to name this course. It doesn't have to be the quick start to get cheese smart. Can be totally something different, but something fun. Is cheddar cheese too middle of the road to pair with wine? I think cheddar cheese is very versatile, Fred, so no. And it's one of the most popular, if not the most popular cheese going. And there's different types of cheddar, right? There's 1 year, 2 year age, 3 year age, old aged, fort, strong. I mean, there's a whole world of cheddar as well. So yeah, don't be shy about cheddar. Aw, thanks, Lise. I will try to keep up the good work. Oh, all the thumbs and hearts. Thank you. How do I do that? How do people do that on Instagram? I'm not on Instagram. All right, I am on Instagram, I should say, but I'm just not as active on Instagram as I am on Facebook. I need to change that. So, hope not. I love cheddar, says Melanie. Okay, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up for now. But this has been a lot of fun. So I will post again when we'll do one more of these sessions before I kind of open it up and really refine the course. But I so appreciate this. I want to make this course for you, what you want in it. I mean, you guide me. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but it's, as I say, it's a whole universe of a subject. I wanted to make sure you're interested. Seems like you are. But also, what particularly do you want to get out of this? At the end of the course, what would you want to say? Think about those words and post them in the comments. After finishing this course, I can do what? Or I feel about wine and cheese what? That's what I want to know. All right? So, because I'm going to reverse engineer it. I'm going to start from that point of what you want, how you want to feel, what you want to do, like what takeaways, and then let's back it out and create the course based on that. All right? Deal? Deal. All right. Dawn, I'm not sure about the cost. Now, you know the quick start to Get Wine Smart that you're a member of is regularly $5.97. Those who got in as you did quick on the limited registration was $3.97. My anticipation is this course will not be that expensive. All right. So other than that, I have not narrowed this down because I have to know kind of like what kind of amount of content and stuff that I'm putting together for you. But it's not the signature course that Get Wine Smart is, because that covers a broad. This is the deep dive into wine and cheese. So something below that. All right. So guys, I'm glad you found there was lots of great ideas, Bev and Donna. And stay tuned. And yeah, I will talk to you again soon. If you want to know, I always let everybody on my newsletter know when I have these chats, whether it's for this or other chats. So if you're not yet part of our wine community, go to nataliemaclean.com/join us, join-us. Make sure you do that and make sure you know when we're going to do this again. All right? All right, guys, take care for now, and I look forward to chatting with you more in the future. All right. Bye-bye for now.